Welcome, everybody. As we're getting started, we'll be getting started in just a moment here. Got a lot of people joining in, so I want to make sure that we have an opportunity to get everybody on. Good to see a couple familiar faces. Always love to see that. Wonderful, wonderful. I'm going to just get my windows open here a minute. And I just got a message from Anik. He's finishing up an investor call, so he's going to be running a couple minutes late. So we're going to do something a little backwards from what I normally do. Most of you guys know I start generally with training and then we move into Q&A. But this is largely going to be Anik's call. I don't know how many of you know Anik. He's amazing. He's been a great friend and mentor, and he wants to share obviously some of his stuff, and he's going to give you guys an offer if you're interested as well, but there's no obligation on that. So it's certainly not anything big, but we're going to do that, and he's going to share some of what he's done to build and create, the reach that he has over 25 million people and things that he's done there. So before we get started, since we're waiting for Anik to join us, it'll be just a couple minutes late. Let's start with a Q&A on anything you guys want to know about AI. As you guys know, that's my jam, or any other things related to that. I'd love to just answer your questions about that. And if you guys want to either put it in chat or if you want to go ahead and raise your hand, I'll go ahead and call on you. I see Kim's with us from Australia. Would love it if you guys could put in the chat whereabouts you're joining us from. I'm happy to say today I'm at home in Alabama. I haven't been here for quite a while, and I'm really happy to be home. It's a great place to be. We got Dale from Grand Rapids, Ohio. That's awesome. And again, if you have any questions, just raise your hand. We can go ahead and chat about anything that's on your mind as we buy just a little bit of time waiting for Anik to join us, and we'll kick in. We've got, I see Missouri and Virginia and Florida, Texas, Oregon. Awesome. This is fantastic. I love that. Los Angeles, good. Pennsylvania, nice, good coverage. That's fantastic all the way around. If you're curious, by the way, we will have a replay of this that we'll send out. So if you miss anything along the way, don't worry about it. As long as you're registered, we'll send that replay out as well as the Zoom chat transcript and everything else. We'll make sure that's easy to do. And again, if you do have any questions while we're waiting to get started here, we're going to start off with a little Q&A, probably, I'm going to guess about 10 minutes worth here, and we should have us covered, maybe not quite that long. If you guys go down to the bottom of your Zoom window, you'll see there's either a react and or a raise hand button. And if you've got any questions about AI that we want to talk about or anything else, please go ahead and let me know. Let's see here. So Sharon's asking, would I use AI tools to build a website? It doesn't have to be a free tool. I've tried using Manus, but it didn't work out well. Sharon, that's a great question. Yeah, if I was going to, so my background, just a little bit, Sharon, I don't know if you know this. Back in 2010, I started my first agency and we began by building websites. I actually sold my first website in 1995. That officially makes me an old geezer. And since then, we've had a lot to do with that. Uh, our agency grew. We definitely migrated into a lot of marketing and all that, but websites were always a very key part of that. And I still believe today are critically important as kind of I used to always describe it, Sharon, as if you have a wheel, your website was the hub at the middle and all your spokes came out from that because you're ultimately as a business driving people back to your website, whether you're on socials or your email or no matter where you're at, billboards for that matter, you're driving people to your website. And statistics show, I haven't checked in the last few months, but last time I did check, 97% of the people, before they decide to pay you money as a business, are going to look you up online and say, are you any good? And that doesn't just mean if they're doing an online purchase, it could be the local furniture store. You need to buy a new sofa, but before you do that, you're going to check the reviews and all that type of stuff. So all that to say, websites, I think, are huge, huge, important, and definitely something that's relevant. If I was building today, and I'm thankful to say I'm not, because I did that a long time, I would pick a platform that I liked and I would use the AI tools they have. So in my case, we used to build on WordPress a lot, Sharon, and I would then probably find out what were best for that. When I left that world, we were using Elementor. I know that's what my website's still built on. I don't know if that's the best one or not anymore, but it's good. And they provide a lot in there. The other thing that I would do is I would absolutely be using AI for my content creation and my page layout. The one thing that I've noticed from my perspective, a lot of the AI tools that we've looked at that build websites, they they don't do a tremendous job of giving you the flexibility to make edits. So you may end up with a site that you kind of like or even quite a bit like, but then when you want to tweak things, it becomes really difficult to do. And that's why I recommend kind of picking a platform. Again, it could be Squarespace, it could be Wix, it could be Weebly, it could be WordPress. I'm a WordPress guy myself. I think that's a great platform. And then pick an AI tool that works within that so that you don't do that. I saw you said you tried Manus. Manus can do some really cool things, but it's definitely more technical. And again, you end up with a couple issues. One being hosting, where are you going to host it? How are you going to do that? And the second being, again, when I want to make changes, how easy or difficult is it to make changes? It's it's reminiscent to me, Sharon, of people that, and there's nothing wrong with this. A lot of us have done this. We want to get text on an image and we want to use an AI image tool to not only create the perfect image, but the perfect text. Most AI image tools don't spell very well. And so we often spend more time tweaking the prompts trying to get what we want than if we just created the image, which they do really well, and then brought it into Illustrator or Canva or something like that and added the text ourselves. And I kind of compare that to where I believe at least websites are at. It's better many times to have it kind of help with the framework, and then oftentimes still copy and paste, copy in and things like that. So Sharon, I don't know if I'm answering your question, but
Oh,
that's we really look at it as a suite as opposed to a one-stop solution. There are some good ones out there, but again, the difficulty then is when it comes time to edit and change, and that's never a whole lot of fun in my mind. So hopefully that's helpful. Let's go ahead and hop in a couple others. I see Maureen's asking, is this a prelude to the engagement engine challenge? So it wasn't really intended for that, Maureen. Anik and I were actually, last week, we were in the Dominican Republic at an event and we were chatting. And he's like, man, can we get on and talk? And one of the things we're going to talk about is an event that's coming up in early September in Washington, D.C. As I mentioned, Anik's going to have a pitch. It's not an expensive one. It's not a big deal. You guys can say no to it, but he's running an event in Washington. I'm speaking at that event. A number of other AI people are speaking at that event. We're going to talk a ton about AI and marketing there, and it's a super inexpensive event if you guys are interested in that. It's not your typical thousands of dollars or anything like that. So, Maureen, no, this was not designed to be part of that, but just before I met with Anik last week, I started doing, many of you may have seen, I started changing the way I was posting on social media. And in the last, I guess today is Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. So the last about 13 days, I've over 7x'd my reach in what I'm doing. And so, Maureen, that training that we're doing, Engagement Engine, which is going to be next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, it's related to what we're talking about today because Anik's going to be talking about some of that, but it's a different training. It's not the same thing, if that makes any sense. Those are separate. It just so happened that the stars aligned in such a way that both of these discussions had on there. So I think you'll find it really valuable, and I think that'll be great. Let's see. Stephanie's asking, I paid for the training challenge for next week. That's the engagement engine. Before you sent me a discount code, how can I still take advantage of the discount? So as you guys know, if you're doing my trainings, once you've done a training, we always give a discount out as a customer, so you get a discount. If for any reason you bought a training before you got that, if you just email support@whitebeardstrategies.com, give them the coupon code and let them know that you didn't use it and ask if they can credit that back to you. And what they'll do, whether you used your credit card or PayPal or however, they'll go back in and they'll credit you back the amount of that coupon. If you can do me a favor, this is not required, but if you can do it the day that you buy it, that'd be really helpful because that way we avoid doubling and tripling of our fees with a credit card company. It just helps us out. But if you can't, you can't, send it on through and support will take care of it. Again, it's support@whitebeardstrategies.com. And it looks like Anik's in the house because I see he just posted. So let me find him here and bring him up on the screen. We'll go
hey,
ahead and try to get to some other stuff. Anik, how you doing, sir?
good man. How are you?
Oh, blessed beyond measure. Good to see you again. I was just telling everybody that we were going to answer a few questions, do things a little reverse instead of Q&A at the end as I would do. We were going to start with some of it and go on from there.
Thanks.
You were wrapping up an investor call. So I don't know if you heard, I just shared that, you and I were chatting about this last week at BOE in the Dominican Republic, and I was really excited about this and wanted to give an opportunity to my community to hear some of the really cool stuff you're doing. So I'm going to kind of turn things over to Anik and let him run with things
Yep.
and go from there. And I'll be here for Q&A. Before we dive in, Anik, is there anything you need from me or anything you want to start with before we dive
No,
in?
listen, everyone, the today's training is supposed to be very interactive, so please feel free to ask questions and stuff. I don't have a PowerPoint, I don't have a deck. I'm gonna just walk you through what we've been doing, tell you the tech stack that we're using, where we're getting our biggest results. Maybe at most I'll share my Facebook, you know, page with you. I'll bring it up on the screen and show you a few things, but um, really it's supposed to get you guys thinking about some cool things you can be doing with your own social media and just answer some questions and give you some learnings that took us a lot to make happen. They will sound very simple because they are, but it took a lot of work to figure it out. So it's like, don't undervalue it because of the simplicity of it. It's actually part of the win of it. So, Jonathan, thank you. And I heard you talking about the event. So, everyone usually, when a guest comes on to a webinar, it's like, oh God, what's he going to pitch me? What's the $1,000, $2,000 program? I don't have one. So we'll tell you what,
Exactly.
we'll start with the pitch, right? So everyone can kind of know like why are we here? I have started a company called Agentic AI. It is a company that I'm incredibly excited about, very proud of. We have full plans of taking it public in the next 3 years. We are acquiring agentic AI businesses, and we are also building agentic AI technologies in this business. We've raised millions of dollars from investors, which is why I don't need to pitch you anything. I don't have anything to pitch you. We're solely focused on our mission and what we're doing. This September is our official launch party. It's our kickoff. It's our coming out publicly that we're a company. And so we decided to, instead of just doing a launch party or do something, we thought, well, let's throw an awesome event where we get some of our board of advisors, of which Jonathan will soon be a part of. And we get some of our biggest AI influencers that we have direct access to come out and talk and speak and teach. And so we can turn this into a training event because in the end, the first company I ever built was called Learn. I'm all about education, and that's my background is education and teaching people how to sell their content online. And so we are hosting a 2.5 day or 3 day event called Eugentic AI Summit. It is absolutely free if you go through Jonathan's link. But right now, we've been giving away free tickets. We have officially crossed 200 confirmations. We have an additional 50 tickets that we're giving away, of which I had promised Jonathan 30, and I think he's used up about 10 or 12 of them.
Hmm.
Uh, so the way it works is you just go to that URL I posted in the chat, fill out a form, take you about 5 seconds. If you're coming through Jonathan, you're already going to be approved. Doesn't matter how you answer it. And then my team will respond back and let you know that you have a free ticket. And the only thing you have to do in order to confirm the ticket is either A, book the hotel, which quite frankly, we're almost out of rooms. We just got them to add more rooms, and I just heard that we might be running out again. So the hotel is at the Ritz. It's a great price for what it is. The price will double after the room block's over. If you want to stay elsewhere, that's totally fine. We'll simply ask you to put down $100 refundable deposit that we give right back to you when you check in. It's just so that, we can keep some sanity on how many people are going to be there. Um, that's the event. I gave the link there. Go read up about it. I would love to have you join us. It's going to be an incredible event. It's specific. So it's AI in marketing and sales. So it's not just a generic AI event. We're going to talk about how to implement AI in marketing and sales. And the presentation I'm doing for you today in a much more detailed way will be my first talk that I give at the event as well. But Jonathan will be there, Austin Armstrong will be there, Molly Mahoney will be speaking, Jeff Hunter, Valentine, Alicia Little. We got some powerful people. Unfortunately, Kim, the during the time of the event, we will not be making it available on a streaming way. However, there's been some conversation because of so many people that are asking. What we might do is once all the recorded sessions are back within a few days, we're thinking of doing an encore virtually for 3 days where we build out a members area and you can kind of go in and click and watch any of the sessions you want to watch, and it'll be up for like, maybe 3 days, and you have 3 days to go consume it, but you don't have to glue to your computer and sit there in one place. So that's the pitch. And that's all I got for you on the pitch side. Um,
Yeah, see, I told you guys it wasn't going to be hard or anything like that. It's going to be easy. So, and
Yeah,
by the way, if you guys come, my one request, if you guys show up in DC, make sure you seek me out for selfies. Anik knows I love doing selfies. So, if you come, make sure we connect because I really, really would love to do that. All right, back to you, Anik.
but you'll have to stand on a stool because Jonathan's a tall man. Otherwise, it's very strange. He's trying to get that selfie. So out of curiosity, who on here believes they can probably swing it and come? Just type a number one in the chat. Just helps me know who's coming. Jennifer, I've seen you're already it sounds like you're confirmed already, so that's awesome. Congratulations and welcome. Sharon, Kevin, Scott, awesome. Please go there, fill it out. I'm not trying to rush anybody, but we are in the home stretch of the seats. So make sure, Maureen, awesome, Scott, great. Please go fill it out and please take action right away. Debbie says filled it out. Awesome. Thank you. So like I said, the hotel, by the way, is 349 a night. I know sometimes that can be sticker shock for people. Believe it or not, that's half price because it's going up to like 650, 660 right after that. I really recommend staying at the Ritz. It's a beautiful property. I got married there. It's an awesome place. Um, but you're welcome to stay elsewhere. There's tons of hotels within a few mile radius of that place, and some are less. You can do Airbnbs are a lot less, and then just pop $100 down and come hang out. Um, Cardwell says, "Will you be giving away T-shirts and all caps?" We haven't planned to do that right now, Cardwell, but if that's what it takes to get you there, I'll get you a T-shirt. Why not? Uh, I'll run down and buy you one. Um, okay, perfect. So awesome. We got quite a few of you who've said that you are looking to come. So please fill it out and I look forward to seeing you there and then taste Jonathan out. All right, so let's talk about how I'm getting these views, and let's get you guys thinking about what is possible and what you can do. So everything I'm about to share with you is being done completely by AI and with a little help from my team. Now, I am doing things on hyperdrive. So I do have team members, but you got to remember something. Um, I'm coming at this full guns blazing from day one because I am in this business. We have the budget. I've been doing it forever. You do not have to come out guns blazing like I am. You could take pieces and parts of it and grow with time. So I knew I wanted to do a lot of social media about a year and a half ago. I had tested enough to see the potential, see the light. I'm a big paid traffic guy, so I would never really did a lot of organic. The thought of like posting 10 times a day just makes me want to throw up. I can't put that kind of focus on something. I like to be in a dark room in the corner building funnels. And so I would always end up falling off the bandwagon. And yeah, I'd post and I'd get 28 likes or whatever. And I was like, oh, whatever, like this, I would just fall off. So about a year and a half ago, though, I started to see how it was working and I was getting my pages had more potential. And I knew that I needed to rebrand myself and really enter the AI space. But I'm really known as like the marketer guy and the email marketing guy and the funnels and copy guy. And I wanted to be more of the AI. So that was going to be social media could help me do that. But at the same time, having to do it through filming and writing, and it was going to be a lot. So I designed a team that would do this. And I listened to a lot of how Alex Hormozy is doing it. I look at some of the others and I looked at the team structure they use, Gary Vee, Alex Hormozy, some of the biggest influencers, Cody Sanchez. And I ended up on paper designing a team that would have about 16 people in it. Okay. And so the 16 people were all the way from, this person would own this platform, this person would own this platform, this person would own this function, this person would do the designing, this person would do the editing, this person or these people would do, this person would do the writing. And budget came out to, even with international help, came out to somewhere in the spectrum of about 50-ish thousand a month. And so I sat down and that mirrored exactly what I was hearing from Alex Hormozy and from some others. And I thought, okay, I got a plan, but damn, $50,000 a month to go guns blazing. But I still was like, all right, we'll figure it out. We'll make it happen, right? We'll go do that. It's important. So that's how important it was to me. I was willing to spend 600 grand a year to really do it. So that was right around the time then you see Hey Gen and you see like these avatars. But let's face it, a year and a half ago, we'd look at these like they were impressive as a tech, but they were not enough to replace you. Like it was just like, oh man, I can clearly tell. So always want to give credit where credit is due. Because for me, the 4 minute mile was Julia McCoy. So Julia McCoy starts posting these AI generated long form videos on YouTube and she starts linking to it in her Facebook saying, look, I did this on YouTube with AI. And I'm like, damn. That's gutsy. Clicked over to it, start watching it. I'm like, huh, this is pretty damn good. Like, of course, if I look closely, I could tell it's AI, but it's pretty good. Like, I can watch it. It's her, and it's good content. And so then a couple of days later, she's like, my AI video got 35,000 views in 2 days. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, what? You know? Let me go look at the comments. And of course, there were comments. People were like, this is AI, this is AI. But like, wasn't it wasn't overwhelming. Like there was mostly people just engaging with the content and leaving comments back. So I got, then she did it again. Then she did it again. By the fourth or fifth one, I'm like, what the hell, man? So I reached out to her. I don't really know Julie at this point. Like I've never really talked to her. We're Facebook friends. And she responds. And I was like, why'd you do this? I said, my AI avatar on HeyGen sucks. Like it's robotic. And so someone said, what's her name again? Julia McCoy, McCoy. Julia McCoy. You can find her on YouTube and you can see what she's doing. So she was like, well, Anik, I use so in that time frame, HeyGen had done a major update. So she was like, have you tried to retrain this since the update? And I was like, no. She's like, well, you should, because it's much better. So I said, oh, fine. So I went in there, my team did it. She's right, it was better, but still wasn't lining up. I'm like, yours is so much better. So she gave a couple of tips, and then after that, I became obsessed. I was like, "Look, if there's Julia could do it, then I could do it. Like, what the heck? We have to figure this out." So I brought my AV team in, and we said, "We got to figure this out." So we just started obsessively doing stuff: film a video, take a video, train it, look at it, get some notes, go back. So here's a few pointers. It comes down to the simplest things that we had to do to get a great HeyGen video avatar. Notice how I said video because I don't like using their audio. I'll come talk about audio in a second. So on the video side. Number one, ignore all the advice they give you. Anything they tell you about how to train a good avatar, don't do it. Like, so one of their things was like, oh, when you're talking, please close your lips between sentence. I'm like, I don't talk like that. Like, that sucks. And it was making everything sound worse. And so we decided, hey, let's just not do that. Okay. Then I noticed that in my avatar, I'd be talking and my hand just went up, or I did this. And I was like, what the hell? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Right. But AI it's not there yet. It's going to get there soon, very soon, months, but it doesn't understand context and how to match your facial expressions and hand expressions. So I looked at my team and I said, what if we just remove my hands? Like I talk a lot with my hands, but for the purpose of this video, I just want to talk with my hands. For the training, I want to talk with my hands. So it never has that to work off of. So, and then the second thing I told my team is I said, bring the camera in, bring it closer so that my hands are irrelevant. So it doesn't look unnatural that I'm not talking with my hands. Because if there was a wide shot and my hands are just sitting there, it looks weird. So we did that. The next thing I noticed was that uh, the quality matters. So we used a really high quality, good DSLR camera. Now, if you don't own one of those, it's okay. Go to freaking Craigslist or wherever kids hire. You can hire kids nowadays. A lot of these kids have got college kids and all got great cameras, and you can hire someone for not much for a few hours to come in and shoot. So the high quality camera. So no videos from your cell phone, none of that stuff. I know they say you can, but that doesn't get you the best results. Okay, next tip, lighting. Super important. Now, lighting kits nowadays, man, you can get a great lighting kit for a couple $100, right? And so we had lights because we have a studio, but we went out of our way to make sure I was really well lit because that'll increase the quality of your video so much. People don't realize half the time the challenge isn't the quality of the camera, it's actually the lighting. So we combined all of this. So recap, good camera, great lighting, um, close-up shot, minimize your hand movements or just remove them. And last but not least, try to limit your gestures, your eye movements and stuff. Don't be uncomfortable. Just try to limit it. And if you watch any of my avatar videos, I don't look uncomfortable, right? Of course, if anyone really knows me, they'd be like, "Where's his hands? Why is he doing this?" Oh, Anik is a lot more, dynamic, but it's fine. And what we were able to create out of that, what came back was amazing. Like arguably, I'll say at one point, Julia wrote back to us and was like, "What the hell? Your avatar is like almost better than mine. What'd you do?" So we sent her back some of the tips. And so that was the video. Now, right out the gate, audio, no go. I don't like HeyGen's audio. Doesn't do a good job. You know what does a great job? 11 Labs. So what we would do take our script, go to 11 Labs.
2025, 2026, 2027. I believe these three
Hang
years.
on, let me mute that. Sorry
That's
about that.
Julia. And by the way, if anyone's wondering, she's got like this soothing, slow, quiet voice. Like that's her. If you ever talk to Julia, like that's how she talks. Like I'm very uppity, this and that, and she's very like soothes your soul when you listen to her. So 11 Labs, spelled out. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Kyle. Does audio amazing, and they're getting better and better and better at it. So you take your transcript that my team writes, and we're going to talk about how we create transcripts in a minute. You plug that into 11 Labs, and to train 11 Labs, what my team found, here are some rules because we tested it a lot too. Number one, 3 hours of audio. And it sounds like a lot, but I don't know. That's the number I got from my AV guys. They were like, 3 hours was the magic. Okay. Number two, give it multiple audios, but always in the same location and same mic. Notice how I said mic. Yes, mic. Guys, you can get $20 lapel mics right now nowadays that are amazing. Okay. If you want to use your phone for that, that's totally fine. Because a lapel mic, these cell phone lapel mics are epic, right? And you could totally do that for the sound. We have a podcaster mic, a really good one, so we use that. But same location because you want the acoustics to be the same. So we took special attention to every little detail. So we had 3 hours of audio. And by the way, same type of audio. So don't take some audio from your webinar, some audio from a training video, some audio from an ad you filmed, because you're showing up completely differently. Your tonality, your pace is different. So what we did for the shorts is I already had a lot of this, so I was lazy. So we pulled 3 hours of my content audio, right? And the reason I thought that fit really well was because if I took 3 hours of my social media content or my sales content, I'd be too dynamic. I'd be too dynamic, and that would really impact the way the HeyGen video comes out. So I was like, hey, I'm usually semi-dynamic and fairly tamed in my content videos. I think that's a good representation of me, and it turned out I was right. So we took 3 hours of our content videos, we upload to HeyGen, hit train, boom. It was awesome. It came back great. Now, one of the rules that we've set with both these tools, HeyGen and 11 Labs, is that we retrain them every about 2 months. So same content, same stuff. We just go in there, hit retrain because they're constantly evolving their models. And we do find that marginally it gets better and better and better. If you watch my videos on YouTube and shorts, and you will see a progression over the last few months, like they get better and better because we try to train. We don't even wait for them to say we updated. We know they're always updating, so we train. So um, so now we had 11 labs down. But we do use a human for 11 labs. And I'll tell you exactly where we use the human. So, and soon we're working on training a ChatGPT, like a GPT, custom GPT that could do a bulk of what the human does. But phonetically, some words come out weird. Like 11 labs can't say Anik. So if I spell my name A-N-I-K, it can't say it, right? There's a lot of other words that maybe it sounds weird. There's sometimes, like I just took a pause there and I took a breath. There are some times that you need a pause for something to sound more real. So what we have is a human. She works from Nigeria. She's awesome. She's not very expensive. I think we pay her 15 an hour. She gets a lot done in that. And she's been trained to sit, go to 11 Labs, listen, and basically phonetically change anything in the script to make it sound better. So like my name spelled, I think it's Onik, says Onik, says it right. So we change the spelling. In some places we add spaces, so there's a pause. In some places we'll try all capital letters, and typically that never results in good things. Okay, 11 Labs doesn't like ellipses. It puts in weird sounds when there's an ellipses. So she'll go through the script. Now, our scripts don't have those anymore because we trained the AI, but she goes through it and she phonetically makes sure it's good. So we have a little bit of human oversight there, but it doesn't take her very long. And she hits generate on the audio, pulls it from 11 Labs, sends it to our AV team. They upload it into HeyGen. We don't really need an AV team for that, but upload it to HeyGen, pick my avatar, hit produce. Here's another little tip. I don't know why people don't ever think about this. First video comes back, and you're like, what the hell, man? Why do I do this weird motion at 10 seconds in? Why does it keep doing that? Right? There's two ways to resolve this. And these are like advanced level tips, right? And I'm going to move to scripting because scripting is a fun conversation. You guys are going to get some cool tech stack for that. So, two things to do. If there are some weird quirks, facial movements, facial reactions, hand movements that don't make sense with the words, number one option, produce again. Literally, just do it again. Just produce it again. Now that will use up some credits and stuff, but do it again. It doesn't fresh take every single time. Sometimes we've found we do 3, 4 times, the fourth or fifth one, we love it. Just by chance. It's not learning anything, it's just by chance it produced a good one. Or now, when you hear this next tip and you go back and watch my videos, you guys are going to see the magic of why you like my shorts so much, even though you know they're AI. This is the key, the editing. So the last piece where we still have humans involved is the editing. And I will tell you the tool that I see getting very close now to replacing human editors. I give them 6 to 12 months tops. I've been really impressed with them, but we haven't embraced them yet. So we still have human editors in India. I have a whole team. I've always had them. It's convenient and they're well trained. So if there's that weird part where you do this weird thing, put B-roll over it. Just get rid of it. That's a great time for B-roll to go by. You know, one of the other things that we're doing right now for great B-roll, VO3. Amazing. Instead of sitting there and fishing and looking for it, we just quickly create it. Prompt VO3, it creates a B-roll, boom, dump it in. Now, this editing tip is probably 70% of the reason that people like my video so much. We strategically edit and keep things really vibrant. Zoom ins, zoom outs, half screen, split screen, B-roll, words. We're not giving your brain and your eyes enough time to focus on the fact that this guy just made a weird move, that this guy is AI. It's keeping it very visually stimulating. So you're focusing more on the words, and that has been a huge part of it. Now, the tool that I love that I would recommend everybody test and play with, and I'm giving them a 6 to 12 month window before they master this, and I even probably get rid of my editors, Submagic. It's called Submagic. It's a UK company. I tried to buy them. I was impressed with them. Amazing company. They're doing some killer stuff. I know there's a ton. I know we have Descript. Descript's great, not at this though. They're great at a bunch of other stuff. And there's other tools that promise to be editors for shorts, and I feel like they're far as away. Submagic, I mean, when we tested them last, it was like 9 months ago, 7, 8 months ago, and I was already impressed, but it wasn't what I wanted. I heard recently that they've made some huge evolution in the last month or two. So actually, it's on my list to test tomorrow or the day after. Um, and I know my AV team's sweating bullets over there because they know if I like it, then it's going to be an instant. I mean, we're going to increase output like crazy. So far, HeyGen, 11 Labs, Submagic, optional. Okay. Someone asked, hey, what training material did you use? So good question. For 11 Labs, I used 3 hours of audio of me in one place with the same mic. If you don't have that, you'll have to create it. It's just what we found to be the magic spot. Can you train with less? Oh, hell yeah. You could train with far less. We just found 3 hours was the one that it really nailed me down. So I have a friend who I'm helping build his, and he was like, I don't have 3 hours of audio. I was like, well, then you better get busy. So he actually just did it and messaged me the other day. He's like, all right, I got 3 hours of audio. Okay, hey Jen, this is what we did. 10 videos, 5 minutes each, same location, different clothes. So we ended up creating 10 different sets. But for some reason, multiple videos that are shorter gives HeyGen what they need. I think they just like to see you in different settings and different clothes, and maybe they pick up on more of your specific features and stuff. But don't change things. So don't do like one video facing, one video looking this way, one video looking this way, thinking you're giving it more training. You're not, you're messing it up. Boom, straight shot, look at it, change your clothes. You can move sets, you can do a different set, but then try to do multiple videos at that set as well. Cat, it's HeyGen, HeyGen. 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 It's probably one of the most popular AI tools out there, so it will come up on Google. All right, so the training material for us is for HeyGen, it's about 10 videos, 5 minutes each, good camera, well lit, close up, minimize movement, and at least 5 different clothes. So now I have 5 sets or even 10 sets. Now you can rotate between those. All right, I'm going to pause here real quick, Jonathan, in case you have any questions or in case anyone else has any questions. And then only about another 5-10 minutes, I want to walk you through how we're creating the written part. So important. It's actually far more important than the video quality or the audio quality. Trust me, we've tested it, and us going viral is fully dependent on the script. So anyone have any questions? Or Jonathan, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I was gonna say, anybody got any questions? If you raise your hand, we'll bring you up in. Anik, this is so cool. I've been so excited to share this with everybody since we talked last week. It's just, and I got to tell you guys, we watched some of this video that Anik's been doing last week, and it was incredible. I could not tell the difference. And literally, Anik's in the same room with me. I mean, we're 5 feet apart, and it looks so realistic. I got a chance to talk to his team. All right, I got a couple questions. Kim, you're first. What's on your mind, Kim?
Yeah, hi Anik, pleased to
Hey,
meet you.
nice to meet you too.
I'd like to know whether or not you disclose at the beginning that you're AI like Julia does. And yeah, that's one of the, probably the
Great.
question.
Great question. Thank you for bringing that up, Kim. So, yes. So, on the long form, and this was something I, again, give credit where it's due always, Julia. So, Julia got some heat the first couple of videos that she put out there, and she's brilliant. By video 3, she was like, screw you guys, I'm just going to disclose it and see if it makes an impact. And guess what? It doesn't. So, in her long forms, she's like, oh, and by the way, this is I forgot what she calls herself.
Dr. McCoy.
Oh, is that what she says?
Yeah.
Sorry. And she's like, this is the AI version of me because the real Julia's out there building her business and reaching for her dreams. Da, 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 da. And she says it so eloquently that anyone watching is like, well, shit, I can't argue with that. Like, so, and she swears by it. It helped a ton. So in my long forms, we put something like that in all of the videos as well. In the shorts, we don't because the short, I only have 60 seconds. I don't want to take 10 seconds to disclaim, but it's in the descriptions. So,
Yes.
Good
and
question.
yeah, very good question. And I have found that people really, really appreciate if you let them know it's AI. And guess what, guys? Nobody cares as long as the content
Exactly.
is good. As long as the content is good. Everyone thinks that no one will listen just because it's AI. I have found that that is not true. That is not true. But the reason people don't like AI is because 90% of people using AI are creating horse crap. They're creating regurgitated nonsense that doesn't actually help. Ours isn't. Our stuff is really good. And we've taken the time to train it and do all that, which I'll talk about. And so because it's really good, if anything, all I get are questions about how I'm doing it. But that's also because I think I can get away with a little bit more since everyone knows like I'm in the AI space, I'm using AI, but I don't get any hate about it at all, like whatsoever.
All right, good stuff. Let's see. Next, we have up Cindy. What's on your mind, Cindy?
Hi, thank you, Jonathan, and thank you, Anik. When you are talking about doing the recordings for HeyGen, you said 5 minutes each, 10 videos, but so comparatively, you said don't do anything like, so what are you doing for those 5 minutes? Like
Oh, good
you were
question.
kind of saying, don't be busy, don't be all animated. Then like, okay, well, what are you doing for 5 minutes, 10
Yeah.
times?
So I don't want to get in your head about this, okay? So for the most part, you can be you. I just like some people are just really animated. And like, that's gonna mess things up. I can be I would say on a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being most animated, I'm like a 7. So I like bring that down to a 5. So it's not something I'm too actively thinking about. I'm not sitting there recording thinking, don't move, don't move, don't move, don't move, because then you'll look weird. Now, what I'm doing, honestly, is like the camera turned on and I look at my cameraman and I'm like, what should I talk about? And he's like, talk about aliens. I'm like, cool. So I'm like, I don't want random topics. And I just talk. I just look in the camera and I just talk. And I try to talk in the same tonality and pace that I would want my avatar to talk in. But it's like anything, doesn't matter.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Great. Thanks for the question, Cindy. All right,
Um,
Anik, that's all we've got at the moment. You want to move on
sure.
to our next
Yes.
step? All
Yeah.
right, let's talk
Yeah.
about scripts.
Jennifer had a great question. Let's just quickly answer.
Oh, please.
She said, how much is automated for a single video? How many human hours are required after training? Superb question, Jennifer. So, the audio engineer probably takes 15 to 20 minutes. She's gotten a lot faster now because a lot of her feedback we're like implementing into the script writing process, like into the AI there. So the scripts are getting a lot better. Like we've recognized certain words, and so we just told it like spell these words this way. Um, and I'll tell you the tool we're using, so you get to like it's really cool because you get to just like make a little rule window and then connect it so that it stays there always. Um, Everything else is super fast. Like, the video creations takes, I don't know, a minute on HeyGen, and typically they'll just take that video. We don't even really recreate a lot because we have editors. So it's like if there's a weird thing, just the editors will B-roll over it. The editing, that's interesting, right? So now at this point, our editors become well trained, are taking probably an hour, hour and a half, because I want a lot of editing. So like that's probably the most time consuming part, which I get, like I said, I can't wait. Sub Magic, by the way, takes like 30 seconds, right? But the last time I used Sub Magic, you couldn't change any of their edits. It was frustrating. Like if they did it, they did it. Last I heard, and I haven't tested this, last I heard is they have since changed that, and you can actually change what they've edited. And I'm like, oh God, that is like game over time. So that's why I'm testing it tomorrow to see if I want to put my editors on that. Hopefully that would make it so my editors could be done in 15, 20 minutes, and then in time, Submagic will just replace them. But that's it. I mean, you got about 15 to 20 minutes on the audio engineer side, and you got about hour, hour and a half on the video editing side. Typically on Upwork, if you go find a video editor, they charge anywhere from 10 to 15 bucks a video to do this. There's tons of them. It's called Alex Hormozy style editing, which sucks because it's not actually him who invented it. I actually know the person who invented it, and he was doing Alex's videos. His name is Ryan. He's awesome. Literally invented the text structure that now has revolutionized social media, and he's like the most like nice guy that will never take claim of it. But yeah, so that's about how much time it takes. Hopefully that answered your question. All right, let's move on to the next part, and then we'll wrap up. Tech stack for the next part. One tool that we love using. Now, I will tell you with a caveat, we're developing our own tool that I think is going to far outdo this tool, but nothing but respect and love for this tool. And the tool is called Poppy, Poppy.AI. You may or may not have seen it. It's a super cool tool. So getpoppy.ai is their URL. We are developing something that launches at the end of September called Eugentic IQ. And Eugentic IQ is going to be able to do what Poppy does, but also far, far, far more. So here is what Poppy does. It's a very simple concept, but they brilliantly executed, and kudos to them for a great product. And by the way, they went from like 0 to millions in like 7 months. So, a lot of people like them. So anyone's ever seen like a Mira board? Basically, imagine a board. So your computer turns into a board. And I'm sorry, I'm not logged in, and I don't know what my login is. But on this computer, when I got on, the first thing I tried to do was, and I asked my team to send me the login, but no one has sent it yet because most of my team that uses this is in India. So, I'm gonna try something. Oh, holy crap! I tried the randomest thing and it worked, and I'm in.
Yay.
Guys, it is your lucky day. I don't know how the heck I broke into this, but I did. All right, so this is one of my accounts. This is not the main one. So I was wondering, so they were kind enough to have set me up a demo account, and so sometimes I use a little bit of it, but um they didn't delete it. All right. So this is how it works, okay? Super freaking cool. Um and wow, they changed something. So now I'm gonna look like an idiot because I don't know how to use it. Hey, why'd you guys do that? Give me one sec, guys. Drag and drop files here. Okay, so let's do this. Um, all right, obviously, there we go. All right, now it's working. Okay, so here's how this works. You've got a board, all right, and check out what you can do with it. So it's really cool. So you can go here, and if you want to upload content from YouTube, right? So let's just say, as I'm doing my research. So here's what we're going to do. Let's go, since we've been picking on Julia, we'll pick on Julia. So let's go to Julia McCoy's page. All right. Julia just posted about GPT-5, right?
We just want.
It's done really well. So I'm gonna copy this URL and I'm like, man, I want to include this in my research. Add to board. Bam. So now what I can do is create a group. And I dump this video in the group right here. Okay. Now let's go back to YouTube. And so she made a video about GPT-5. So I'm going to say GPT-5, what you need to know. And here comes up another video.
GPT-5 is final.
All right, so let's grab this. Let's go here. And then we just move it into this box. So this becomes my research box. And we'll just grab a few more, right? So you guys can see it in live action. So ChatGPT. Okay, let's grab this one. I would be a little bit more my team, like when we look at research, we'll look things a little bit more. Okay, so now if like this is my research box, okay? Then I might have a document that I upload here, and that document will be my rules of how I want them to write like me. Then I do another video here, I do another box here, and what I'll do in this box is I'll just go to, and by the way, you can build these boards over time. So my team, they've built it all out, so it's super fast. But like, see, like check this out. 12 days ago, 20,000 views. I did not make this video. Most people think you need to build the next ChatGPT to make money with AI. But the truth is, if you know how to use it, I mean, you got to admit, that's pretty cool. Like it's full blown AI. I'm not like, so here, so what I'm doing here is I'm going to put a few of my videos in there. And then you just connect these to, oops, sorry. So now what you do is go grab, like websites. So if there's a site, so here, let's go here and say Chat GPT, what you need to know. Chat GPT 5, what you need to know. All right, and so I'm looking for an article here. Found Yahoo's article. So here, let's go grab this. Come over here, go to website, zoom in, enter a URL, bam. And in seconds, what it's doing is it's processing this bad boy, and I can put it in my research, and it's grabbing all the text from it. It's doing everything it needs to do, okay? And now what we're going to do, they moved it, is connect it to a chat. So here's a chat, okay? So we're going to connect this, and now I can pick whatever one I want, whatever of these models that I want to play with. Now, you don't have to have or nor pay for these models. It's already integrated in here. So I'm just going to go to Claude for Sonnet, and I'm going to go over here and just say, okay, hold on. I wanted to rename this thing. So I just rename this research. Okay, so I go here. I've inserted some videos in the research group. I want you to tell me the top 10 things that are showing up that I need to know about ChatGPT 5. And what it's doing now, look at this. It's just instantly did my research. Okay, now, of course, if I want to add some of my own stuff, which we do and we try, we could add. And now what I would just simply do is I've had more videos in here, right? And I have some other rules. So we have, our boxes are insane. Our boards have gotten crazy now. So there's a group we have where it's like all of my AI training is in that group. So like it brings a lot of my perspective towards AI into the conversation. And then we have scripts, tons of example scripts, like all the ones that we've run here that have done well. We've created a group for that. As my team literally just goes in here and just says, "Create me a script. Here's the research. Here's Anik's past videos. Here's his voice guide. Here's the rules, what you can and cannot do. Here's Anik's past AI content. And here's the scripts that have done the best for us. Model after everything. Create me a script." Boom. It pumps out a script. It's crazy. Now, of course, they've gotten down a little bit more specific with prompts and stuff. At the event at Agentic AI Summit, I'm going to go into a lot more detail on everything and show a lot more demonstration. Now, this tool right here, this whole board, we at Agentic IQ are developing a tool that will have these boards, but far more. So what ends up happening at Agentic IQ, our promise to everybody is we clone your brain. So we look at Jonathan Mast, for example, right? Jonathan's got massive amounts of content out there, just copious amounts. He doesn't want to sit down and dump individually all of those things into a training system. So what we're going to be able to do with Jonathan, and I actually want to do this with Jonathan, is Jonathan's going to be able to connect his social media profiles, connect eventually his Vimeo account, his YouTube account, all of that, hit go, walk away for a few hours. He comes back, we are now Jonathan Mast. Like we have gone and indexed everything he has said. We've studied his expertise. We've studied him. We've picked up all his stories, all his life stories. We've picked up all his content, his approaches, what he teaches, about how he teaches. He can dump manually stuff in there, and then it nails that in. So when we come here, we never have to tell it that this is the stuff. Like it already knows it. And then we've created agents. So our boards are pre-populated and have agents that can do certain things really well. So I love Poppy. I'll always be an enthusiast promoter of them. But I would say Agentic IQ is gonna have some really killer stuff. So watch for that at the end of September. And this is the core of it. So it's how we use the board. I think my team has really figured that out. Last piece I want to leave everyone on. It's a cool story, but it'll drive home something. So on my YouTube channel, we would post long form video. My team was really like, hey, shorts are great, guys, but long form, the views you get on long forms are worth way more to you. Way, way, way more. So my long forms on my channel always got 2, 3, 4,000 views. Always. Okay. For the longest time, years. So when we started posting AI long form, I was getting 2, 3, 4,000 views. As a matter of fact, I can show you. So, and I was like,
We're going to see 10.
I was like, hey, that's great. This is what I'm telling my team. I'm like, that's awesome. Like, and my main social media person, who's awesome, he was like, awesome. He's like, are you freaking kidding me? This sucks. And I'm like, no, man, that's just how my channel works. Like, it's going to take some time. We need to like really, we need to, just kind of get the algorithms liking us again and all of that. And he goes, no, I think I could fix this. I was like, listen, don't pressure yourself. Like, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, no, I can fix this. So he shows up and he says, Anik, I'm going to post this next. He's done a ton of research. I see a certain rhythm and a certain approach that the viral videos are deploying. And I'm like, oh God, here we go. I'm like, kid, it's not about that, blah, blah, blah. He's like, no, I'm seeing a consistent recurring trend. So I was like, okay. And he goes, watch, I made a video, but all the stuff I researched. The next video I put up, it's going to go viral. And I was like, I don't think so, but sure. Like, and he's like, I promise you. Okay. Right. I was like, I'll just be excited with you because you're excited, but like, I don't think so. Well, sure enough. So these were the videos we were posting. Gosh, which was the first one? So these, you can see, right? This is 1900 views, 920 views. And I want to say that this was it. This was the first one where he came back to me and said, I'm going to post. I think this is it, right? And then, yeah, this is it. So then he goes, it went viral. Like it got the most views of all, 22,000 views. Then he was like, look, now I'm going to go back to my old way, just to prove to you the old way, 1,400 views, 3,100 views. Boom, back to his way, 74,000 views. Now this one didn't quite hit, but 3,300 views, 11,000 views, 30,000 views. Now obviously we haven't gone away from his system. 6,300 views, 5,300 views, 10,000 views, 34,000 views, 3,400, 63,000, 20,000. And this one just posted 10,000 almost already. I mean, and then look down here, you'll consistently see 2,900, 3,800, 2,500, 2,000, 4,000, 4,000, 2,300, 3,700, 5,400. So like 2 to 5,000 was my range, but there's a massive increase because of the systems and following. So the research you do, it's not just the topics you pick. This was a big epiphany for me. It's not just the topics that you pick. It's how you write the damn scripts. It's incredible. Like it's the rhythm with which they're written. It's everything. It really is. And so that's something I wanted to bring out to everybody. So yeah. All right. That kind of concludes the crash course I wanted to give everyone. Did that give everyone some ideas, at least give you some place to start playing and looking? Can I get a yes?
Yeah, say,
Or
can you guys throw a yes in the comments if you like that? And special thanks to Anik for taking the time to sit and share this with us all. This is so cool.
thank you guys. Thank you so much. Kat says I feel like I have a mind map.
I
That's
love
exactly
that.
what my goal was. So if I've earned the right to pitch you again,
Go for it.
I really just want to see you guys in person at our party. But we have, if you thought this was good, imagine this with much more detail, and then Jonathan and Austin and Molly and Alicia and Valentine and Jeff Hunter. I mean, Jeff's going to do an entire thing on VO3. Jonathan's going to teach custom GPTs, right, Jonathan?
Yep, we're going to talk custom GPTs.
And
Exactly.
he promised me he's going to throw stuff in there that he's never shared before. So it's going to be the best of the best of the best. So you guys just got to come to this event and it's free. You got to cover your own travel. I can't believe I have to say that, but I've had some people ask me if I'll pay for their hotel and flights. And I'm like, no, your mom or dad. But as long as you can cover that, come to the event. It'll be awesome. We have some seats left. The rooms is the problem. We have very few rooms left, right? And I'm not making it up, guys. We already met our room block commitments to Ritz. Like I don't care where you stay. But it's an awesome hotel and it's half price right now. So Brandon says, how do we sign up to hear about the virtual possibility? You will, Brandon. If we come out, I'm sure Jonathan will let you guys know. He'll
Yeah,
post it in the
we'll
community.
definitely keep you guys in the
Yeah,
loop.
we'll send an email about it. But again, I'll ask one more time. Maybe I changed a few people's minds and got you interested in coming to the event. The link is in the chat, ugenticai.com/Jonathan. Please make sure to use Jonathan's link. He does not make any money. I don't have any commission because I'm not selling anything. But if you come through his link, then we know he referred you and you're going to get approved, auto approved, versus otherwise people go through like a whole thing. So how many of you are going to be at the event in person live? Give me a 2 right now so I can just quickly see the names. Scott says, what room types do the event discounts apply to? It's just a normal room, king or double bed, if I understood you.
It is a killer deal though, guys. I mean,
It is.
if you've ever stayed at the Ritz, you can't stay at the Ritz for 300 and some dollars. It's just crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a nice hotel, great food. By the way, we are paying for your food and meals. And on the first night, which is Tuesday night, the 9th, we're doing an awesome gala party. So bring some formal clothes because you got to look nice. And we have performances and we have our first ever Eugentic AI Awards ceremony, for which a little birdie told me Jonathan might have been nominated.
Ooh, I didn't know that yet.
Yeah, you didn't know that yet because it hasn't come out yet. We're about to release the list, I think, tomorrow morning, so people can vote. So, Jonathan, you'll probably want to push that to your whole database, get them to vote. So,
Absolutely.
but yeah, so come out, hang out, have fun. I promise you, we'll have a great time. You'll learn a ton, and you get to be a part of the launch of my next big venture. So, Kim says, "Wow, that's amazing, including meals at the price of Ritz." Yeah, it's not cheap, I'll tell you that. We're spending a fortune. This event, by the way, is costing me $400,000. It is not my most sound decision of my life. But I believe it will be a very powerful one. Oh, so at the event, someone asked me earlier, am I pitching you? Is there a big like mastermind? Am I going to try to get 10, 15, 20 grand out of your pocket? No. Here's what I'm pitching you. At the event, we'll give you an opportunity to invest and be a partner at Eugentic AI for as little as $1,000. That's it. So you'll have plans as low as $1,000 to invest. Those will be made open to people outside of the event as well. But first, inside the event, we have certain goals. Once, if we hit those goals, we hit the goals. If we don't, we'll open it up to everybody else that's not there. That's what's in it for me. It's a big party for us. We want to get investors. We want to get partners. Kim says, I so appreciate your honesty. Thank you. Transparency is the way we roll. I do a lot of webinars, by the way, where I do pitch things. So don't think I'm just some kind of like, philanthropist out there. I'm a business owner, but I like to tell people, even if I was going to do a webinar and pitch you a 2K offer, I let you know ahead of time. Hey, this is what I'm going to do. So cool. That's all I got. Look forward to seeing, Juan is like invest in what? Software or something? My company, Agentic AI. Go check it out, agenticai.com. So far, I know Debbie's coming. Jonathan is obviously going to be there.
Yep.
Maureen, Kevin. Can't wait to see you guys. Love it. Thank you, Jonathan. Back over to you.
Anik, thank you so much. Appreciate your time. One more time, if you guys would, just if you enjoyed this and found this valuable, not only for Anik, but also for me to know too, because I work hard to get in touch with people like Anik and connect. If this is valuable and you want to see more of this type of stuff, if you throw a one in the comments for me, just so that I know, again, as you guys know my heart, I want to do stuff that resonates with you guys and that makes sense. So if this does, again, I appreciate you letting me know so that we can work to bring more things like this. Anik is amazing. I'm really excited to be speaking at the event. Again, if you guys go, make sure that we connect. I want to make sure that I meet each of you guys. If you're there, that would be amazing. It'll be a great time regardless, and we'll go from there. And then, as I put in there, I will create a summary of this. You guys all asked, hey, can we get this laid out? Yes, I'll create one for you with the help of AI, admittedly, but we'll get that created and sent out to everybody via email so you have that as well. With that, again, I just want to thank you guys for your time, your energy, and again, just for making this an amazing community. You guys are awesome. I love working with you. I love seeing the same people showing up on a regular basis. We love adding value to you guys. Have a fantastic evening, and I'll have a replay of this and summary sent out before tomorrow morning. I'm not going to say it's going to happen immediately, but we'll get it done before tomorrow morning. So with that, thank you, everybody. Make sure you check out the links if you're interested. It's truly going to be an awesome event. Thanks, everybody. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.